I should probably make the sound. I'll, this sound be alright. So, I'm gonna be making, I guess, a very poorly unprofessional review. It's only a little bit. And I'll just continue through my survival experience. So, as it is on the normal survival gameplay on like the multiplayer, when you click the multiplayer tab to search for a game for a queue, you have to do quests to grow into juvenile. There's a tutorial stage like teaching you the basics, the controls, how to pick up, how to deliver, how to eat, and all that sort of stuff. So that's good, and it helps a lot with new players. And to get abilities, you also have to have points, which is the little footsies right there. I think it's much of a better improvement. It gives it like an incentive to go out doing quests. So it's like you want to grow and you want to get skins. I feel like in the beginning where it's like you could do quests to get currency to get skins. The skins were very expensive, and it's just like, I'm too lazy to do it. There's no real point. I don't really care that much, and you just call it quits because you don't really care that much to grind for them. But with this, it helps you progress in terms of getting older and improving, as well as giving you currency. And every time you pick up something, like we got mushrooms to deal with at the current moment, you get 1 token per mushroom. So in the top right, you see I'm getting currency every one little bit. And if you do like the world quest, like kill 1 herbivore, or find and use a waste stone, you get massive progress. Supposedly, I haven't killed a herbivore yet, so I don't really know if that's true. I'm just thinking. As for finding the location, it gives more than the red quests you see, which is collect the mushrooms. The red ones are usually just like the region-specific areas, right? So where am I? Talon's Point, in the top right, you can see where you are. You're going to be picking up lakeweed, mushrooms, and logs, branches. And up here, it's going to be flowers. I don't think mushrooms yet, and lakeweed, and branches. Food is a little weird depending on what animal you choose. Of course, there are regions where food is plentiful. Corpses. I'm not really expert on corpse locations. Oh, fun. But this game mode kind of forces you to be a little paranoid with your surroundings. As for what else? So to apply new abilities, like you see on my hotbar, just above my health, you have to go to your home cave. So it gives purpose to the home cave other than being a safe space. Some people just camp and wait until you leave, so it's like you get to wait there for like an hour and come out when it's safe. Turtle Island, from my experience, is probably the worst of it, where it's like there's a lot of people. When there's someone there, they can just farm and wait for you. Luckily, I have the patience of a saint, so I literally just wait there for like 2 hours watching YouTube videos and wait. Okay. I'm not too sure on how friend grouping works. I haven't really tried it. I haven't played with friends. I don't have any friends that play this, so it's just usually just me. So if you're a loner, it's pretty simple. For me, at least, I just stay in Mega Lake and just farm 3 quests. Oh yeah, I lost train of thought. So the red quests are region specific. So it's like down here in Corpse Cove, you got collecting bones. Here, of course, I already mentioned these two. Turtle Island is nothing. You collect nothing. There's nothing to collect or do anything. So it's like it's literally a dead area. There's no point in being there unless you're chilling out. Now, from my experience, the like yellowish golden bar above the health, the red one, is your growth progress, and it takes a long time to fill up. But once it fills up, you go to the next stage, which I'm currently in adolescent. So, of course, when I grow up, I'll be adult next. But you have to fill up the whole thing to be the next stage. You do grow, so it's like you don't just suddenly pop into adolescent stage. You progressively grow, but you will fully grow into the next stage as you fill up that. So more you fill it up, more adolescent or adult you'll become. It's not like a sudden pop and that's it. So it's a lot more smoother. So yeah. Once you die though, if you die, you lose a lot of your progress. So you gotta be a little careful with who you die, or just keeping a very close eye on the surroundings, because you will lose your progress. Not all of it. It's not that punishing. What is he doing? He's doing something. I'll give him space. Is he gonna collect fucking logs? No, you're not. You better fucking not. Oh, well, your pile then. I'm not gonna fight you. So yeah, there just has to be some sort of compromise. However, yeah. I only had one occasion where I died and lost a lot of progress in the Suko, and it was pretty hellish. In theory, you could just let someone take materials and that be it. Is this guy seriously gonna take all the branches? Surely he's gonna fill it up eventually. I try to be I don't provoke fights unless you bite me. Oh, there's a spine over there. But yeah, I heard something. Alright. That's about it. It's much of a better improvement than it was months ago. Not even, like at first launch. It's like you just plop in and that's it. Don't get me wrong, I really like that. It's just kind of like I'm not saying bird bath simulators are not good. It just it gets boring. They're not bad, you know. Sometimes it's just fun to be talking to people, chilling out. But there has to be some modes that allow you to do other stuff. Um, so not gonna lie, I kind of got bored of this map a little bit. Just so much going on. But luckily, along with Mario Source being released, there was an announcement that um, there'll be a new map coming, which was already been known that we will get another map, and it's gonna be the island map. Oh, just travel to Talon's Point. Look at that. So we have more maps to work with eventually. I'm not too sure on when it'll be released, but eventually. Um, so there's more stuff to play. Hopefully there'll be a mode with combat, kind of like a combat mode. Because with combat modes, I usually like those because it allows me to do sound videos without much trouble. But again, there's also a single player, and you can just use that. It's not much of a big deal. But combat mode is kind of serious, or just a better improvement overall. It's not like, oh no, I don't want to lose my progress in survival, so there's that. So you don't want to lose your progress in survival mode, so you want to prevent that occurrence. Holy moly, that was just the most disorganized thought I've ever had for a while. So with combat, it doesn't really punish you, but more as a learning moment and just for fun. Really, sometimes people just like love to fight without having to be punished. I'm not gonna travel that far. I'll just go collect some bones, no problem. In theory, we could just stay in one area and farm quests, just go back and forth and just do everything. Understanding of where things are on the map is super helpful. So, yeah. If you get a red quest, it's usually in your immediate area. So it's like collect mushrooms. It's probably, there are some mushrooms probably near you. And you just have to look for them and just pick them up. They're usually pretty easy to see. Acorns are a little difficult, but they're usually just a lot of acorns in one little spot, and you just pick them up and farm them that way. So they're a really simple quest. It's not that much. I only had one where it's like deliver flowers, and it was like way up over here, like in this area. So I should probably eat soon. You know what? No, I'll probably just eat now. I haven't been playing safe. I just realized that I could have been killed by Sarcos or whatever. So, yeah, for me at least, I just kind of like stay in the water submerged, and every once in a while get up for air. Because at least in the water you can't really see that well. Or like into the water. But other than that, I think there's this game has been improved a lot. It gave purpose to the actual game, in multiplayer at least. Oh, it refreshed. I still need to eat though. But yeah, it gives purpose to the actual gameplay. At least for progressing and all that. So it's not like FU player Lamau. It's more like you lose a little bit of your progress, but you still gain it back in relatively a short period of time. Deathly Rage at one point mentions that a while ago. This is not recent. In an interview where it's like, we are planning to have it punish you, but not be over-mental. And compared to the Isle, because a lot of people do that, you lose literally fucking everything. You lose everything if you die. So, you're super paranoid. I'm not touching that one. Because I don't end the video. Haha. Alright. But the Isle punishes you unnecessarily large amounts. It's simple as sometimes you're unlucky and you run into a Carnotaurus by accident. It's literally luck of the draw. So, with this one, it's just you lose a little bit of progress and not being that much of a big deal, but you still lost progress, and it kind of still sucks. Especially if you're a baby, right? Because you can't really run, you can't really escape unless you're hiding. So, let's see how much points I've got. 3,000. That's just from this area alone. So you get a lot of points, or a lot of tokens for doing world quests, or region quests. I'm just gonna call them region quests, the red ones, just for simplicity's sake. They're pretty easy to. Wait, wrong thing. Whoops. This area is kind of, for the most part, kind of dead. There are the occasional Suko walking along the shoreline, but other than that, it's pretty much no one here. Or, well, of course, the Stegosaurus and some herbivores. Oh, look at that. I contradict myself again. You got a Raptor and a Metrocanthosaurus, perhaps? I'm happy that there's no monster dinosaurs. I don't want to make this a disc piece, but I feel like with the Isle, there's too much going on. They're trying to make too much in one game. They want it to be like an Arma game, or like a Rust game. They want a Horde game. They want a dinosaur survival game. They want so much. They want monster dinosaurs in it. It's like, it's getting a little much. And they're kind of copying ideas from Dino Crisis 3, was it? With like alien looking things with the neurotenic dinosaur mutations. So there's a lot of stuff going on that doesn't need to be a thing. So, too much ideas in one game. From my experience, this game is simple. You survive as a dinosaur and play, and that's it. There's no, like, hidden messages. There's no, well, you better watch out for giant monsters. They might kill ya. And they also don't really take that much inspiration from Jurassic Park, from what I could tell. There hasn't been much Jurassic Park themes. No sound elements, there's no... nothing. Well, at the Isle, it's like, oh, is this, an add-on to the Jurassic Park series? Maybe. It's overdone, to say the least. Now, other than that, I like the way this game is done. I don't really play it much, to be honest. The whole survival and grow up and become an adult thing is kind of not my game type. it's kind of boring. Like, not really my favorite thing to do. However, with this, it's kind of like, oh my god, there's so much. I could make it to. It's like a level bar, right? I want to level up and all that. Well, with growing in other games, it feels more like agonizing. Like, I think I'm an adult. Maybe not. You can actually see it in my sound videos of the Pachycephalosaurus for the Isle, where it's like I thought I was an adult, but it turned out I wasn't. And when I read the comments, and I had to wait a few more hours to grow up completely. So it's kind of like it's a bit misleading. It doesn't really tell you much. As for the map thing, they call the excuse of well, do dinosaurs have maps? No, they don't. Well, I would argue that the animals that live there for a while have kind of like an understanding of the environment, and you're putting players in those dinosaurs' positions, and the player doesn't know necessarily what the dinosaur knows. So it'll be just better if you have like some sort of map of what the dinosaur knows, like a randomized, shaded up map. So it's like this, where it's like the dinosaurs been in these areas except for these areas, which are shaded out. So it kind of adds depth for your dinosaur a bit, and it helps you out know where things fucking are. So there's my excuse for needing the fucking map in there, because the scent system is a little bit scuffed. However, I do. Alright, back to Path of Titans. Because I'm rambling on about other games. I want to see scent, some sort of navigation. Because sometimes I'm starving and I don't know where food is. And let's say I'm not Suchomimus. Let's say I'm like an Allosaurus. I have no idea where the fuck food is, and I can't do anything about it. I literally have to wait until I see some random dinosaur walk by and hope it's not an adult. So it kind of difficult to navigate or survive, rather. It doesn't really rely on senses that the dinosaur has. You can only rely on your hearing and your eyesight. There's no scent or smell. So it's going to be a little tricky to deal with surviving as non-semi-aquatic animals. And I really want some sort of sense system, or I don't even know. Not some sort of like thing that helps you see through the walls. I think that's a little fucked. Is that a dinosaur over there? I can't tell. Yep, I think that's a dinosaur. He just put his head down. I think that's a spina. It could be a rock, but I don't remember there being a rock there. But surviving as a carnivore in this game is a little hard, and I would expect you don't want to just give players the ability to smell it. The players from miles away, it's like, oh, okay, I'll eat you. Because it's kind of annoying you have to be paranoid all the time because you may or may not be hunted. And that's kind of not fair to say, oh, there being a notification of it being said to you, of like, oh, you're being hunted. Because that's kind of not fair towards the people who are trying to hunt and eat. But at the same time, though, the carnivores have a hard time. At least allow them to smell corpses. So there's some sort of aspect that allows them to survive as a given dinosaur. So, might be a bad take, but I honestly think some sort of scent system that allows to at least smell dead corpses would be an improvement. Because otherwise, it's kind of like, well, bummer if you can't find food or some other player. The only redeeming quality is those little hills that like have animals that just burrow out. That's a huge help for carnivores, but doesn't, in my view, help the overall problem. Like it gives some food, but it doesn't give like a lot of food that will like help long term. It's more like a snack at minimum. You get like a fourth of your food bar max. Let me show you. There's one over here. Mods are really prevalent. Of course, a lot of them are like just low quality. In terms of like not really good animations. I just feel like the Palpatine team dinosaurs just they look natural, I guess would be the wording I'd say. So it's a bit hit or miss. Alright, let's go eat. Berry bushes, again, they're prevalent. You can see like red splotches on that bush. Those are berry bushes. So they're not too hard to to find out of an area. Just depends if there's other bushes, just like they might camouflage. So these are the burrows where it's like just click disturb and have animals come out. So they're like a little snack, but not much of a help. They're good for small carnivores, but they're super fucking fast. They're goofy fast. Like they're almost impossible to catch as my juvie aloe. They seem to not run out of stamina. Let's conserve. Oh, I don't want them to just fucking despawn or something. Please hit the rock. God damn it. So, they help with small carnivores, but if you're large, you need to figure something out. I don't want to use up my stamina for no reason. At the same time, I'm kind of getting a little anxious. Don't. You fucking asshole. Alright. Please. Please. No. After I get this guy, I'm just gonna end the video. It's kind of annoying. Fuck off. Stop running, you little asshole. You fucking better not. Son of a bitch. That's fucking stupid. I hate that. And if they're not on an island like this, they will fucking run in one direction. And you'll lose them. It's kind of almost selective on if you're allowed to catch it or not. Trust me, Aloes know better. Or at least a juvie. Not too sure about adult. Adults have a better shot at catching it. But yeah. Well, have a good one, guys.